Hotel as two of the game's greats are set to do battle over 21 frames for the right to become the world champion of 2004. And speaking of world champions, I'm delighted to say the reigning world champion has joined me in the studio this evening. Chris, good to see you. You'd rather be out there, wouldn't you?
I'd love to be out there. It's a great atmosphere out there. You know, it's new to these two who are playing out there tonight, so hopefully it's going to be a good game.
Now, very shortly, you've got to hand your trophy back. What kind of year have you had?
I've had a great year, you know, doing a lot of exhibitions with Jimmy White and people like that. Couldn't have asked for any more.
Okay, well, now, if you're looking over my shoulder and you're slightly concerned the match has already started, don't be. To explain more, I'll hand you over to Alan Hughes.
Well, thank you very much, Mark. I tell you what, let's have a little word with Phil here. Phil, you're not bad with that old cue, mate. As well as the darts, you play this a bit?
Not really. Sometimes during exhibition matches, we have a bit of fun. Most people say, "Oh, you beat me at darts, but you would never beat me at pool." So I have a little game with them, but nothing serious.
Yeah. Well, tell me this. I mean, do you mind? I'm talking to a champion. I'm talking to you've never won a world title. I'm talking to a man who's won it 11 times. I mean, thanks very much indeed for coming along, ladies and gentlemen. Your appreciation, please, Paul Hunter, and this great champion. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, pal.
We knew that Paul Hunter could play, but Phil Taylor was very impressive indeed. He can play it, Paul.
Yeah, he can play a little bit, can Phil, you know. Must be good at all sports.
Absolutely. Good to see both characters here this evening, isn't it?
But it's great to see people from different sports, you know, playing. Paul's a great player at snooker, and I'm sure he will be world champion one day. And Phil, 11 times world champion, probably the greatest sportsman ever out of Great Britain.
Yeah, two great sportsmen. We're going to concentrate on two great pool players at the moment. The two finalists, Darren Appleton and Mick Hill. They've been impressive up to now, Chris.
Different class, two best players in the tournament. Couldn't have really asked for a better final. Darren's beat Quinton Ann 9-6, took out Brian Alcrow 10-4. I think Brian got a little bit nervous. Mick, well, he hasn't had any bother beating Yannick Bafis 9-3, and then defeating the two-time world champion Jason Twist in the semi-final.
You look at those results there, and you look at the frames that Hill has conceded, and I'm just looking purely on stats. He looks a strong favourite to me.
In my opinion, I think Mick is a favourite. But these two are great friends, you know, they beat each other plenty of times. I think Mick has a slightly better record over Darren. I mean, I've played Mick maybe 25 times and I've only beat him 7 times. You know, he is a brilliant player.
There's another thing that we should talk about, they're great friends. Now, does that make it worse?
It can do, yeah, because it can take the pressure off, which I think tonight we're either going to see a really attacking game, really top-class game, or it's going to be very poor. I don't think we're going to see a medium.
It's incredible that neither of these players has won this event over the years. I find it absolutely unbelievable. Why hasn't it happened?
There's so many good players about, basically, you know. You've got Jason Twist, the only England team, really, you know. There's that many good players about. At pool, you can get beat by anybody.
Now, a lot of people have been telling me that Darren Appleton has put so much into this tournament over the last 6 months. You know, he's been training, he's been practicing extremely hard. When he beat Quinton Hann, the emotion that he showed in winning this match, is there a danger that he wants it too much this evening?
I've always said that over the last 3 or 4 years. I've said Darren wants it so much. You know, he puts everything in. He goes racing around the horse racing track where he lives in Pontefract. You know, he puts everything he can into it. And to be fair, he deserves to win it one day.
You can want it too much, can you?
You can, yeah. You can put too much in and put too much pressure on yourself.
Okay, advice for both players out there this evening?
I've told both players tonight when I saw them outside, I said, just go out, enjoy it. You know, it only comes once in a lifetime for some people, and just go out there and enjoy it, really.
Absolutely. Let's hope it is a tremendous match. For the introductions, let's join Alan Hughes.
Thank you, Mark. And now we welcome the players. And first, the game's #1 professional player reaching the blue ribbon final of his sport for the first time in his illustrious career. And this talented young star is sure to make this a final to savour. Ladies and gentlemen, on the centre stage, will you welcome Mick Machine Gun Hill. And ladies and gentlemen, he's also a talented opponent who has achieved everything in the game with the exception of the world title. And this likeable young man will be giving his all to achieve a lifetime's ambition. Ladies and gentlemen, onto the world stage, will you welcome Dynamite Darren Appleton. Well, here we are in the World Final 2004 888.com. We're in Blackpool, and there's Darren Appleton just getting his cue out of his case, and he'll be playing against his good friend, Mick Hill. What a final we have in store. It's going to be a race to 11. And I'll tell you what, these two players have been fantastic en route to this final.
First frame, Mick Hill to break.
It's going to be Mick Hill breaking us off. First of all, the handshake. And now Hill gets himself ready. And there's he looks around the arena and sees it's a full house. And with me in the commentary box, the England captain, Lee Kendall. And Lee, you know both these players very well. And this is the final everybody wanted.
Yeah, two great players, Tony. Mick Hill on number 1 in the sport and Darren on number 2. So, two great players.
Well, he's gone in off his opening break.
Foul, 1 visit.
And it's a pleasure
Open
to
table.
also have with us in the commentary box the captain of the Australian pool team, Alec Bernardis. And Alec, he didn't want to go in off the break there, did he?
No, certainly not the way he wants to start. And to give Darren the first visit is really going to, this game is going to be about who settles first, who makes the least mistakes. We've seen Darren not make many mistakes at all when he played Quinton. And, that's how sharp he can be. So, really not the start that he wanted.
Well,
Yellow
it's
balls
Appleton
in play.
quickly moving through the yellows. And this promises to be fast and furious. Both players like to attack. And Appleton beat Halcrow in the semi-finals. Did cough and splutter towards the end, but he got over the line. But Hill has been awesome on his route to his final berth.
Well, we can see Darren here with the opportunity already to clear the table on his first visit. And I think he's just trying to take his time out there and get involved with the balls and take everything in.
He hasn't got much to do here. He's got all the yellows in the middle of the table, cue ball in the middle of the table. So he'll be clearing the yellows at the top and leaving the one at the bottom probably till the last for the 8 ball.
Well, here's what you want. You want to get your hand on the table early. Settle those nerves you can have. I mean, both of these players in uncharted territory. Never been in a world final before. Both players have won pretty much everything else in the game. There will be a new name on the trophy.
Yeah, it's a hard match for both players here because they are very, very good friends. So hopefully it'll be a good final for the viewers.
Well, they'll be friends off the table, but I'm sure that both the determined nature that they both have to win this title. They won't be too friendly out there.
That last shot he just played then, Tony, he's played it absolutely perfect to just roll this in and be on his last ball dead straight. So he screw it out of there and not touch that other red that's there. Otherwise, it could have been a problem if you had too much angle there.
Well, now Appleton left with the simple black into the corner. And it's Appleton kicking things off here in Blackpool. Taking the first frame. Appleton leads Hill by 1 frame to 0. You see Sean Baker, our referee, passing Darren Appleton the cue ball. Appleton seems quite happy with the rack, just cleans the cue ball. So Darren Appleton breaking off in frame 2. And he gave them a big thump. He's made a ball, but just
Yellow
look at
ball
the top right-hand side of the table. Yellow and red, both stuck together. We're going to have another look at Appleton's break. Well, what colour would you take here, Lee?
Well, I'd take possibly the reds just because the red in the top right-hand corner is nearest a pocket, so you need to develop it and just nudge it out. So if you had to choose yellow
Red ball's
balls,
nominated.
then that yellow would have to be developed by playing a firm shot, and you could knock that red in. So he has chosen the reds. And there is just one awkward ball, so at some point he'll be trying to attack that sooner rather than later. Possibly got first shot.
Well,
Red
he could
ball's
even
in
play
play.
a plant now. He's got the red in the middle of the table. Might just play that into the yellow. Not the red in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah, if it's a touching ball with the red and the yellow, then he'll be able to alter the angle.
Well, he doesn't fancy it.
He might just be covering the pocket. No, he's still going.
Well, he doesn't have an angle to screw off this red that the white's closest to and knock it in.
I don't think he's worked out totally how he's going to dislodge that red yet. I think he's trying to get a better position. I mean, he's just going to cover the pocket, yeah, and try and
Yellow
wait for a
ball's in
better
play.
opportunity in the frame. Yeah, he'll probably just double this yellow up the table and... well, I think he's actually played that as well. He's played to knock the red up to his pocket there, the top left-hand corner.
We just saw Darren Appleton acknowledge that Hill's played a very good shot there. Doubled his yellow up to just bump Appleton's red safe. But Darren Appleton decides to take control of both corner bags now.
So Mick's got problems here in the top right and the bottom left. So he's going to start developing his balls.
Well, he hasn't left an awful lot for Hill. Ideally, he'd like to try and get that top right-hand corner pocket covered. Just wondering if he could double this yellow up just beneath the black.
I think he might be looking at trying to push another red down there, Tony. He's lining up that yellow to knock the red near the centre pocket up into that corner as well.
See, the problem with playing that shot, if Darren decides to play the deliberate foul now, and the top left-hand corner, putting the red on top of the yellow, then Mick's in all sorts of trouble. Because he's got to clear two areas out, and the black's down the bottom end of the table where the two reds are.
Where that yellow's finished, it hasn't finished right over the pocket, so it might be difficult to cover the pocket. He may cover the yellow, the line of the yellow, but that would still be enough.
Yeah, he's taking his time, making sure he plays the right shot. I think he will play the foul.
Well, he's managed to get the red through the gap and potted it and kicked both Mick Hill's yellows away. And this is a cracking shot here from Darren Appleton. But he still has that one red that's a problem, surrounded by yellows in the top right-hand side of the table.
Possibly cross double this over or just drop it down to the pocket. He's just decided to take that area, but I don't think it was a right shot because Mick can now just roll the yellow over to the other pocket. So we'll cut the yellow ball along the top cushion over to where his other two yellows are and Darren's red.
Well, we didn't think we'd see much tactical play between these two, but it's developed quite early.
And he won't want this one to drop.
Hill's played a good shot. Appleton just sizing up the double. He's going to have to do something in a minute as Hill's starting to develop his yellows.
I mean, the other option is he could come off the top rail and play into the red and bounce the yellow down the table towards where the two reds are over the pocket. I think that's what he's looking at now.
30 seconds.
Well, he's just got to make sure he gets the pace right if he plays that shot. So if he leaves it short, he'll be leaving frame on for Hill. Well, it looks as though he's going to have a go at a double. Well, he could play the double with a bit of security, maybe trying to kick the yellows down the table as well.
Well, it's not a bad option, because if the red does happen to fall in, well, it's game over for Darren, so he's put himself in a winning position.
Well, he's missed the red, but he sent a yellow down the table.
He sent 2 down there, Tony.
Well, Hill now showing his intentions. If he wanted to get a frame on the board on the lost the plot completely now because first day with the new lips.
Yeah, he's just left himself an angle there, Tony, to run down.
What I was trying to say was I hope Mick Hill can get a frame on the scoreboard early. Well, thankfully I did manage to finish my sentence. Well, he's got this plant now into the left-hand centre. It's not an easy shot though, Lee, is it?
No, I mean, also the problem with this, he can probably only play position on the ball which he plays as well. So if he plays the plant into the middle, unless he can hold the cue ball where he's putting his cue, he'll have a thin cut into the middle. So chances are he's going to be leaving himself on the ball that he's playing
30
next.
seconds.
So he's chancing a little bit to luck here.
And he hit it too thin. The yellow stayed out and just look where he's left Darren Appleton. Just place this little plant over to the right-hand side. And now pretty much this is easy now for Appleton, and right at the outset give himself a 2-frame lead.
I do think he'd prefer to play the ball on the right, Tony, but only because it's a lot easier to get on the black ball from this ball that he's potting here.
Well, if he gets the cue ball tight to the cushion, he has the angle to play get right behind the black and play in the same pocket.
He's played it well. He's got a nice little angle there. He can just roll off that bit of right-hand side and off the bottom and the side rail.
And he's played it to perfection. And Appleton is looking very good indeed as the black goes down. He now leads Mick Hill in this final by 2 frames to 0. Well, frame number 3. It's Hill to break us off. He fairly lunged into them, made a red in the middle. Another red in the top corner. And this looks like a very good split indeed.
Yeah, this is his best opportunity in the match so far. He's broke, made a couple of balls. And this is just what Mick needed to get into the match. He's bound to be feeling nervous, his first world final. So the balls couldn't be easy enough for him at the minute just to win that first frame.
30 seconds.
Oh, I think he's going to choose reds.
Yellow ball's nominated.
And he's chosen yellows. Commentator's curse again.
Well, he must be happy with the yellow down
ball's
the
in
bottom
play.
of the table. It must pass the red into the corner.
No, I think he'll play the yellow off the red, Tony. That was the only tough yellow on the table, the one lowest. But I think he'll look at playing the yellow off the red in the left-hand corner.
Yeah, it's a very good spot, that, Alec. And he's going to do that just about now. Now you see, that's where he wants to make contact with the yellow.
Just sizing up where the red's going to go. He doesn't want it to sit in between where them 2 yellows are or anywhere in that area.
He just doesn't want a double kiss here. He just wants a nice thin clip on the red.
A very good shot there from Hill. And now the yellows are all open. that once again, that's the shot you called, Alec.
Yeah, he's just taking his time here, working his way around the finish. It's not really a hard finish. He's just getting that cue ball where he wanted.
Well, I suspect he's going to pot the yellow at the bottom of the table and try and sit on the plant. Not the one behind the table, obviously. 2 yellows in the middle. And unbelievably, Hill
Red balls
has just missed what you would consider a fairly easy ball by his standards.
Well, I mean, there's no real excuse for this, Tony. I mean, nerves can be the only thing that he's actually messed up for. It was a simple shot, bring the cue ball into the middle of the table for the 2 yellows. So he's obviously still very nervous.
Well, that's going to make Appleton very confident indeed, seeing his opponent miss such an easy ball. As I said before, they're very good friends, but both of them have that one desire to lift that world crown. Neither of them have done it before, but at the moment it's Appleton making all the running.
Well, he's going to take the red at the top of the table now and come down for choice of reds at the bottom.
It looks as though he's going to have his angle. He's played that shot brilliantly as Appleton. Now he can just roll this in, get the cue ball to the right-hand side of the table and play the red. It's on the rail, down into the bottom right-hand corner, leaving with an easy black. Well, if he played that any harder, I think that might have stayed out.
So Darren is showing a little bit of nerves as well.
Yeah, but this one will settle him down a bit. Simple black ball in the middle. We've played 3, and Appleton has won 3. He leads Hill by 3 frames to 0.
6th frame, Darren Appleton to break, leading 5 frames to 0.
Well, frame number 6, Appleton 5-0 up against Mick Hill. He's breaking off after that wonderful black he potted. And now he's got nothing off that break.
Open table.
But he's getting serious now for Mick Hill. 5-0 down in a world final. He's really got to get a foothold in this match and put some pressure on Darren Appleton. But there's no pressure on Mick Hill. There's no pressure on Darren Appleton at the moment. Mick Hill's severely under it. But the only way he's going to put pressure on Darren Appleton is by taking finishes like this, Tony.
Well, I feel that Hill is now going to have to really go at Appleton. The tactical game he hasn't done very well with when the frames have been tight. He's also missed a couple of chances.
Time running.
Yeah, all the balls. He's been taking these finishes all week, so it can only be the occasion why he doesn't take these type of finishes out. So it's just not Mick Hill out there at the moment. But to be fair to Mick as well, I mean, he hasn't had the best run of balls. He's always had to chase the game. But sometimes you have to make your own luck, and that's certainly what Darren Appleton's doing.
He's played a good shot there. He's looking at putting the black in the centre pocket. That's why he's just cleared the yellow away from the centre there. And he's got the red in the bottom left-hand corner to screw over and try and hit the 2 reds just on the bottom row there to try and get them through to the pocket.
Yeah, that's probably the shot he's going to play, Alex. I mean, it's a key shot on the frame, this one.
He chose not to disturb them. He got way too much on that lead.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, the other option, I thought he could have played one of the reds inside the yellow ball underneath it and squeezed it along the rail. But he's made himself a lot of work here.
Running.
Well, I believe he can still do that. That's what he's going to attempt right now. Play under the yellow and across onto the red over the hole.
Hold position on the other red.
Well, he's clipped the other ball half ball and left it up perfect. Yeah.
Lovely shot there from Hill. And now he's given himself a real chance. He cannot afford to miss this one. Just going to drop the cue ball out behind this yellow.
Yeah,
Time out.
He's played a bad shot there. He needed to be to the side cushion so he could just clip it in and
Time running.
flick it out. Now he's got to just dab it around. Yeah, he's played it well.
That's a good shot from Hill. Now he's got a straight black ball into the middle pocket. And not before time. Hill's going to get one on the board. In goes the black. And Hill chalks his first one up. He trails, though, Darren Appleton by 5 frames to 1. It's a full house for this men's final.
7th frame, Mick Hill to break. Showing 5 frames to 1.
Frame number 7. Mick Hill to break. Well, the black
Void break.
and the black ball has gone in, so that's going to be a re-rack. A little smile there from Mick Hill, and he's quite happy because there's no other balls going to the pocket, Lee.
Well, I think one's just dropped in. He apologised to Darren because he thought nothing was going to drop. And with the 8 balls just dropping in there, but the last red rolls after he apologises. There you go, he apologises, and the red drops in. So he wishes the black hand to drop now.
So frame 7. Mick Hill breaking once again. What's he going to get this time? Made a red in the middle.
Red ball potted.
Yellow balls don't look too badly.
Yellow ball's nominated.
Yeah, and straight away he's nominated the yellow balls. One's sat over the bottom left-hand corner. So, I mean, it's still not an easy finish, but he's happy to make a ball off the break and get another visit to the table. He doesn't want that one to drop.
Yellow ball's in play.
Yeah, he's just not getting the nudges at the moment. Yeah, he's not going to play the ball over the... Surprised he's going to pop this one over the pocket. So he's potted the yellow over the pocket.
Well, Mick Hill just looking now, try and play this yellow off the red in the corner. It's a great shot. And now the yellows are all open.
Still got a little bit of work to do though. There's 3 yellows in a one small area, so he's got to weave the whites in between those yellow balls. So he's now going to take the nearest yellow to him into the bottom right hand corner. Possibly nudge into the 8 or screw out.
Well, he didn't want to be too gentle with it, he wasn't. He can now just drop the yellow into the bottom corner. Not entirely comfortable, so he gets up, starts again.
Yeah, that's a good sign as well, because there's no point in playing a shot where you're not comfortable. You just got to reposition yourself and make sure you're right.
Now he's on the black. Simple black now for Hill. 2 in a row, Mick Hill. He's back to 5-2, though he's still trailing Appleton. Well, Darren Appleton breaking us off now, frame 8. Just lost the last 2 frames. Hill's making a mini comeback. And what a good break there from Appleton. Hill's kept him quiet in the last couple of frames.
Red ball spotted.
But he'll want to go out there now and stop the rot.
Yeah, a good firm break there. Made a ball, another visit to the table, so he's got the choice of balls now. So down to personal preference now. I mean, he'll probably choose the yellow balls.
30 seconds.
And that's mainly because I can't see if he can actually get through to a red. He may get through to the red on the right-hand side, though, into the bottom corner. If he can, he will choose the reds.
Well, the yellows aren't too bad, if that's his only option, Lee.
Red ball's in play.
Yeah, he can get through to that. That's why he's chosen reds. It wasn't clear that he could get through to that.
He's left a nice angle there to break into the black if he wants to, but I don't think he doesn't actually need to, does he, Tony?
No, I don't think so. He's just going to drag the cue ball back at the table. Black's available. Left centre, bottom right.
And the awkward part about this finish is he's got to go back up the table at some point for the red, so it's just a matter of picking the correct order for the finish.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I think the most important shot is this next shot right now. He's got to try and get up to the middle of the table, but be in a position where he can pop that red into the bottom left-hand corner. And that's why I said move the black, because he's left a beautiful angle there to get on that red.
Well, yes, he has, Alec. I just want to be very careful with his control now. And I know, Lee, that the way you approach the game as a professional, that you do pride yourself in shot selection, and that's been the key to a lot of your victories in the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're playing under the minute rule, you do choose the wrong shot. And if you can choose the right shot every time, then if you're playing well, you've got a great chance to win a match or a tournament. I mean, when you play as well as these two guys out here, it's even if they choose the wrong shot, they normally pot out.
But that can only be from your experience, Lee. The amount of years you've been playing, the amount of frames you've played, the positions that you've been in is the only way you can learn that experience.
That's right, yeah. I mean, certainly when you get in like a TV arena, you come to a table which is a foot bigger than you're normally used to, so you have to adapt your game, your shots. It's a total different ball game on this 8-foot table. And again, that's experience, like you say.
Well, Darren Appleton now presented with his last red here. So he's trying to put a little bit of top spin on the cue ball to bring it down. And he's on the black. And it's pretty straight into the bottom left-hand corner. And Appleton halts the comeback from Hill. Down goes the black. Brian Halcrow looks on. And now Appleton leads 6 frames to 2. It's Mick Hill to break us off now. Frame number 9. And again, the luck seems to be swinging back towards Darren Appleton. Nothing off the break for Hill.
3 balls went close to the pockets and I wouldn't drop. There's such a fine line between winning and losing, and when you break like that.
That's right, it's a good break off, Lee, isn't it? It's just been unfortunate.
That's right, yeah. It is a game of skill, but it's certainly a game of luck as well. Because it doesn't matter how good you are, if you break off, don't pot a ball, you sat back in your seat, you don't get another shot. I mean, the standard of pool at this level is so high. I mean, viewers might play in the pub and they get 2 or 3 visits. But when you come to this stage in this arena, it's 1 visit pool most of the time.
Red ball's in play.
What do you think of that selection, Tony? Would you have taken the reds there?
I quite like the yellows, in fairness, actually, Alec. But I'm not going to get second guess a man like Darren Appleton. He's in the final. And the reason he's there is because he's out-potted just about everybody else. He's been in front of him. Certainly out-fought them.
Yeah, he's just run a little bit too far there, so he can still take the red into the middle, but he'll have to settle for a longer shot.
Well, Appleton edging ever nearer that elusive world crown. Starting to play some really good stuff. I know his mum and dad, Tony and Susan, are here in the crowd. They came over from Pontefract to watch him. Good solid shot there from Appleton.
So he's a little bit close to his work there. He can still take the one down the rail if he chooses and just bring the white out. Shouldn't really be any problem here.
Well, he's just covered the bag. He just thought that.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional, Tony. You can tell by his reaction he was off for the finish, and he's overcut that. That's why he's missed it.
Yeah, he's just stretching a bit too much there, just trying to reach the white. Obviously hasn't cued it correctly.
Yeah, and he's left a great chance here for Mick Hill to close the gap in this match. There's no reason why Mick Hill shouldn't clear the balls in this visit.
30 seconds.
Very good shot by Mick Hill. Just holding the white now for his next yellow.
Shot there by Mick. Having said that, he's slightly blocked off that yellow ball where the red's gone to, so he's made a little bit of work for himself. Could possibly cannon into that red off this shot, take the yellow into the bottom left-hand corner and bring the white over. So he'll be a little bit annoyed with himself there, Tony, to not that
30
right
seconds.
Miscued.
Well, he's had a miscue as Mick Hill, and what a dramatic time to have that. Just look what he's left for Appleton. Appleton was out of his chair that quick. He forgot where he was. He ran back again. Just remembered to compose himself. He's about to run straight into that plant. And there's Darren Appleton's father, Tony. And he'll be quite happy about Mick Hill's miscue. Gives his son an easy chance now to get ever nearer the elusive world title. And he's got this red over the pocket now. Well, he's got a choice of every pocket on the table for the black.
Right centre.
He's going to play into the right-hand centre. It's a big pocket. He can play it off the yellow. And in it goes, and after Mick Hill's miscue, Appleton takes advantage, and now he leads Mick Hill by 7 frames to 2.
Darren Appleton to break, leading 7 frames to 2.
Well, Appleton, it's his break now. If he could get a ball here and finish, he would really put Mick Hill under the cosh. And that's a big, big break there from Darren Appleton. But he hasn't made a ball.
Yeah, I think he's under the cosh anyway, though, Mick. 7-2 down. His first World Final. He hasn't had the best run of balls, but then again, he's made plenty of mistakes.
Like cue balls bouncing around the table a fair bit.
Well, reds are definitely the choice of balls here. It looks like he's got to just swerve around the yellow to pot the red.
30 seconds.
There's a good shot there from
Red
Mick
ball's
Hill.
in play.
Bit of pressure on that one. If he didn't make that pot, he was leaving an open table again to Darren.
Yeah, most definitely, Tony. It's very important to get that red there, looking at the table there with the bottom right-hand corner covering the yellow.
Yellow balls
He's
is
just
like
nudging the red out there to make them all in the open to put the pressure right back onto Darren.
Yeah, Darren's having a good think here. He doesn't know exactly what to do. He could possibly play the yellow down on the table and knock the red in over the pocket and screw the white back to the bottom rail, leaving Mick with a tough shot.
30 seconds.
But I'm sure he'll have a good think about it first before he was going to give 2 shots away. Just got to bring the yellow into play first before he decides to develop the bottom area where the red's over the pocket.
I don't think Darren can afford to give Mick 2 shots from there. There weren't really any tough balls apart from the red on the bottom rail, and if he was to just waste one, get that out, then the finish was on. But on the other hand, it's giving Mick an opportunity here to cover the bottom left-hand pocket and promote 2 more balls. So
that's right, Alex. I mean, the longer you wait, the more trouble you tend to get into. I know you don't want to give the 2 shots away to somebody like Mick Hill, but
and where's the cue ball going? Very close there, and you can see the sigh of relief in Mick Hill's face.
yeah, but he is in a good position now, Tony. I think Darren could possibly drop the one in the middle and cover the bottom left-hand corner, just to try and get a little bit of control. And still be in trouble in the frame, but his balls will be better positioned. He's looking to bump it out. I'd be surprised if he bumps it out with one visit. A great chance of knocking the red ball in. So he's just making his mind up here how he wants to do it, whether he wants to attack and try and split the
30 seconds.
yellow out the bottom right-hand corner, or whether he's going to choose to defend and cover the pocket. Oh, I don't know what he's done there, Tony.
he's going to try and smother it completely so Mick can't get to it. Just push the other yellow inside there and block it right up by the look of things.
Do you think he thinks that the yellow will go past?
Well, they're looking at it. There is a little gap there, but I'm not sure the yellow will creep through there, yeah. At the end of the day, Valek, I think you could be right with the smother shot.
I think he's going to try and get it past it.
Wow. What a great shot that was.
Well, he did us both up there, Alec, didn't he? He knew what he was looking at.
It's my attacking play, Tony. That's what it is. You 2 fudges in here. It's a great shot.
Well, for the life of me, I didn't think he quite had enough room there.
He just changed the angle completely. He come off the yellow and come in at a different angle, which made the pocket a little bit easier.
Well, he's playing with bags of confidence, that's for sure. And every time you think Mick Hill might just tie Appleton up and
30 seconds.
get back in, Appleton seems to just pull out one big shot and he seems to get the frame again.
And yet again, it's Darren Appleton at the table, looking to take another finish out and extend his lead.
And how tough is that for Mick? I mean, he thinks he's got control 1 minute, and the next minute Darren's potting out. How does he get back in the match when he can't even control the frame? We're telling him not to go for the outs because it's too risky and he's going to pot himself into trouble. And wow, that's mind-boggling stuff.
Yeah, that's a problem with 8-ball pool. You can't really get control sometimes. The balls say to you, right, I'll defend, and you think I'll attack, and either way you do the wrong thing.
30 seconds.
Well, Darren Appleton is now playing out of his skin.
And it's getting to a position now where it's going to be so hard for Mick to get into this match. Could that be the chance to get back into the match?
Well, that was an unbelievable miss.
Well, I think the red goes in the top right-hand corner, so Mick should have a good opportunity here to clear the red balls up and take a frame. But I've said it before, and he's made the mistake. It's mistakes he wasn't making, Tony, early on in this championship.
But he has looked edgy at times, Mick Hill. But he needs this frame so badly. Neil's just checking the yellow ball underneath him. He's made the red into the pocket.
And he's got a nice angle there to take the ball into the middle pocket. Just go up the table for the other red ball.
Now this simple red into this top corner, just going to drag the cue ball back. Wants to be just about where he is now. He's played that shot very well, and now Mick Hill is looking like dragging another one back. Appleton had the first chance, but Hill now with this black. Down it goes. Mick Hill pulls one back, but he still trails Appleton by 7 frames to 3. Well, Mick Hill now coming out, inspecting the pack. He's 7-3 down. It's best of 21. Just about to break us off. And that break looks like it's going to come up dry for Hill. And the yellow ball has just fallen in at the last.
Yes, the last ball just plopped at the last second for Mick there, so he can stay in control of the table.
Red ball's nominated.
Have a look at Mick Hill's break action. But the ball's moving all over the table. And just luckily, right at the death, that yellow went in. He's opted for the reds and taking on the big shot first. And great shot
Red
from
ball's
Hill.
in play.
And that was nice to see there. You could see really pumped up for that shot. A good positive long pot into the top right hand corner. And it's just a matter of now picking the reds off.
Just plops that one in the middle, and look how safe he's just knocked down Appleton's balls. I shouldn't think Appleton will be coming back to the table in this one.
I love the way Hughes is so positive here. I mean, the guy's 7-3 down. He's missed a few pots here and there, and you've already considered this game over.
Well, we play with and against Mick Hill a lot in the tournaments on the international tour, and Hill's been in these positions before. He's been behind, and he's very good at rallying himself and never giving in.
Maybe he had some words up, just after the break there, and it's come out a new man.
Yeah, I spoke to him in the interval, and he said that he felt they had a bad run of the balls, and he hadn't felt like he played in this final yet. So I'm sure he wants to show all the viewers how well he does play, and obviously for himself, give himself a chance of winning this title.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's played a great shot there, but wanted a little bit more angle on this red.
And if he runs on a little bit more or falls shorter, it's an easy finish. Now he's got a little bit of work to do. He should still be all right.
You see, he's not going to do anything fancy with the cue ball, just leaving the red into the top right-hand corner. Guaranteed position on the black ball. And the Hill is firing now back at Appleton. And the black ball is down, and Hill makes it 2 frames in a row. He's pulled back to within 3 of Appleton, and Appleton still leads by 7 frames to 4.
Fair enough. The break, leading 7 frames to 4.
Oh, what a great break from Appleton. So look where he's landed.
Red and yellow balls potted.
At least he's potted a red. So I'm sure that's the colour he wants.
You got one of each there, Tony, so he's got a choice. But the red sitting over on that top or the bottom right-hand corner does make the reds look a bit more inviting.
Having said that, the yellows, they all go.
They're not too bad. He's only got the one yellow in the top left-hand corner, but he's got the 2 yellows in the right-hand corner to sort of break him open.
30 seconds.
I think that yellow goes past into the top left-hand corner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, which ball does he plot, Tony?
He played a very thin cut onto the right-hand side, but he's still opted for the reds. Well, I think Mick Hill will have a go at these.
Yellow ball's in play.
He's got the fine cut in the top right-hand corner, and he just needs sort of half a result, and he'll be on something on the table. There's yellows at both ends, so he's just got to worry about the pot, and it doesn't look too bad, Tony.
No, you're exactly right, Alec. Well, he's gone for the double, and I can't believe how he's played that because he's left it short as well.
Yeah, I think it was very thin, and that's why he elected not to play the cut, and he hasn't any hard enough for the double.
You see the frustration in Mick Hill there as he trudged back to his seat, banged his cue on the floor. So he knows he's just given a golden opportunity to Appleton. I think Darren was expected to put both of them in the same shot.
I don't think it's a bad thing. It's probably a good thing he doesn't have to go back into that corner again, Tony, because all the reds are up the other side, on the other side of the table, and yeah, it's beautiful. Gone a bit far on that one, which makes it a little bit difficult. He was trying to get straight on the red in the middle of the table into the right-hand centre.
Well, he's left himself the clip into the centre now. He just wants to play this dead weight.
No,
Just
Tony.
drift the cue ball down the table.
No, he's got the straight one up the top. Straight one up the top and the red in the centre pocket for the black and diagonal corner. Yeah, the red's on the wrong side of the centre pocket for that shot time.
Well, I believe he can still play
30
it, but
seconds.
obviously Darren Appleton's your best friend, so he's listening to you. You're going to play that shot.
He's still considering your shot though as well, Tony. He's made his mind up. He's choosing Alex's shot.
There's one for the Aussies.
That's just about all you've got all this whole tournament.
Don't be like that, Tony.
Well, anyway, it's Darren Appleton now. Just got to drag the cue ball up, away from that middle bag by about 2 or 3 inches. He's going to have the black in the bottom right-hand corner. And he's played that very well indeed. And Mick Hill will be absolutely gutted. Down goes the black ball.
Hey.
Appleton surges in front once again. He now leads Hill by 8 frames to 4.
Thirteenth frame. Mick Hill to break, trailing 8 frames to 4.
Mick Hill breaking off now in frame 13. He's going to give this everything he's got. And he's took the cue ball into the middle bag.
Foul. 1 visit. Open
And
table.
you just feel now, maybe, Lee,
Time
that
running.
he's a match getting away from Mick Hill.
Well, he come back after the break, did a break and finish, and he's let the last frame go, and that one helped his scores going off into the middle pocket. So the yellows look inviting, the reds look inviting. So you've got to fancy Darren to be taking either choice of balls out on this visit.
He has got a tough black on the side rail there, unless he finds a way of getting it off the cushion.
30 seconds.
But my experience with Darren Appleton, he's probably the best rail potter in the game of 8 ball. Very rare you see him miss one down the rail.
Yellow ball's in play.
Well, he's elected to play the yellow balls.
Yeah, it was just personal preference there. It was reds or yellows there. They're both very well split.
Well, the problem, yellow is on the right-hand side there, and next to the two reds.
Well, this is Appleton's problem. Just see here. If he could land about
30
there,
seconds.
he could then have it available in the middle pocket.
I think it goes.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's fooled us all if that creaks past the red in that corner. This must be very tight indeed.
But where's the white going? How's he going to get the white out? No, I think he's just going to try and cover.
He tried to play that yellow off
That's
the
what
rail,
I
off the red and into the corner, and he's missed it completely.
A bit of a rush of blood there, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say the same myself. He rushed it a little bit. He didn't really work the angle out. And he can't take Mick Hill for granted. I know he's 8-4 in the lead, but Mick can still come back and win this match.
Where's Hill gone with the cue ball there? Very close there. You saw him lunge towards that pocket to try and body swerve the white away from it.
And I'm surprised he didn't leave that ball there to split the two reds out. So
Almost looked like he tried to get the black off.
Well, he's going to try and disturb his two bad reds here.
It's a good shot and a good result.
So like you said earlier on, it could be all about that 8 down the cushion. I know Darren's probably the greatest rail potter, but Mick's not too bad either.
I thought you were going to say he's second best.
Mick wouldn't like me saying he's second best at anything. I'm going to have a drink with him later.
Well, he's got a bit of travelling to do with the white ball here. He's going to have to take the red into the centre pocket and run the white around, maybe for the red on the right-hand side there. Oh, he's gone further, so that's all right. He's ended up beautifully in the middle there. He's got his options.
But ideally, he'd like to leave one of those reds for position for the 8 ball, so he ideally would like to be on the red in the middle of the table next, the one nearest to the yellow ball.
Has he come far enough? I don't think he can get to the red into the right-hand centre. There you see, he would have to swerve that cue ball to make the pot. This has made this finish now slightly more difficultly.
Yeah, be annoyed with himself there because now he's got to take the ball which he wanted to leave for position on the 8 ball first. And now it's going to be a harder positional shot. I mean, he's going to take the red into the centre, but he's going to travel all the way down the table and back up.
And then he wants to get behind it. He's going to play this with a lot of right-hand side. He's got to be careful. When he comes off this bottom cushion, he doesn't send the cue ball into the middle pocket. It's near the black. We've seen he's been close there once before.
Oh, perfect.
Played that very well indeed.
Absolutely cool.
And a little wipe of the cue. And he's prepared himself for probably his biggest shot of this final so far.
And the black's there. Great shot from Hill, and you can see now he's fired himself up. Appleton still leads though by 8 frames to 5. Well, Appleton's
Red
made a
ball
red off the
popping.
break, and red
Red
will
ball's
be
in
his
play.
choice of ball.
I do believe if Mick Hill's going to win this match, then Darren's going to have to start making some mistakes. So his break's not letting him down. So if the balls keep running out of the going, there's only one winner because Darren's breaking really, really well. I mean, he will choose a reds here.
30 seconds.
Unbelievably, he's made a
Yellow ball's in
big
play.
blunder there. He's overcut the red into the centre pocket. The only consolation is he's on reds, so he potted one off the break.
Well, if Mick can land in the inside there on the left,
30
both the
seconds.
yellows are accessible into the bottom right-hand corner. So one good positional shot, just like that.
We just love to come one more inch there. It's a bit thin, this cut now into the bottom right-hand corner.
And he's got to be careful he doesn't knock the red in over the bottom left-hand corner, so a delicate shot required here. And he's stretching as well, which won't make his work any easier. He's overcut it.
And he's unlucky there. Just look where that red's gone.
Unlucky, but lucky, Tony, because he has got the pocket and he was running away a little bit as well.
Well, he has covered the red in the bottom right-hand corner, so it's still in. He's still right in the frame here. He's actually favourite, I would thought.
Yeah.
Even that red near the black is very difficult to get to.
I wondered if he might play
30
it now.
seconds.
I think that's the only option he's got.
Well, he's put it over the middle pocket. I'm pretty sure he tried to pot it. You see his face. He's shaking the head again.
Well, he's now missed 2 balls in a row. I mean, that wasn't easy, but he missed the other red in the centre pocket, so...
Well, Mick Hill there, just considering trying to make this plant off the red into the centre. You see he's lining it up. And that's what he's going to have a go at.
30 seconds.
He's missed it.
And it was a dangerous shot as well. He could have misjudged it and knocked the red in. He did misjudge it, but he's only given his visit away to the table.
And he's left his red in the yellow in a terrible position because it doesn't go in the centre anymore. It's almost like Darren's got the centre pocket covered. So really, Darren's now got that one red in the bottom right-hand corner. If he can somehow get the white ball either down there and get it out, maybe double back onto the other red, or just get it out into
30
play,
seconds.
that's going to put a lot of pressure back on the Mick.
And the other option he's got as well, Alex, is he could choose to play the 2 reds are over the left-hand centre. He could play a red in off the yellow and then send the yellow back down to where he's already got a red over the pocket, just to take that bit of pressure off his finish, or where he could develop that red you're on about. So he now may play the red in off the yellow, knocking the yellow down to the bottom rail.
And this is where the mistakes start to creep in. And the players start seeing the finishing line. And Appleton's going to have a go now. He's going to try and pot this red in the middle and kick his red out. Well, he got the side on, but it was never going to be anywhere near.
And did you see the body movement? And then he willed the cue ball into that red. He swayed into the shot. And he's a little bit annoyed himself there. So he's having a good think now. What's the best thing to do here? He's saying to himself, bring the red into the open.
Well, that's exactly what he's done. Promoted it into the middle of the table. Hill, though, does have a chance.
He's got an angle on the yellow in the middle of the table to come down onto the bottom left-hand corner, which will then allow him to put the yellow onto the bottom right hand yellow. So it's not a bad starter ball.
Of course, the two balls that are stuck together in the left hand centre. The yellow that's just above that was going possibly in off that red. Just flick it out of the way and open up the pocket for the other yellow.
Or he looks like he's lining up to try and knock it out now.
I feel that wouldn't be the right shot. I mean, he could, if he wanted to, just get behind it and play the long pot into the top left-hand corner.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
It's a great shot.
Great shot from Hill. He's going to play what I said. He's going to play the yellow into the red now in his centre pocket. This is going to open up the pocket now for the other yellow. There you see. You won't want to play this too hard, will he, Lee?
No, I mean, the other option as well, he could play it off the yellow, Tony, is to try and make sure the pop.
But then you're pushing the yellow down into the danger area, so.
It should go over towards the 8 ball. There you go, it comes out. I just feel he was more guaranteed to get the pot that way.
Yeah. No, I do agree.
It's the first time we've agreed between the three of us, isn't it?
Well, Mick Hill now. He's giving himself a good chance once again. And the comeback could be on. And if Hill could get these balls, it will bring him to within 2 frames of Appleton.
Yeah, that's a good shot. He's chose to get the cue ball right on the bottom cushion so he can screw straight out and choose which pocket for the 8 ball. There's 2 or 3 options here.
I think ideally he wants to go top right, but he's got 2 options. If he goes too far or not enough, he can either put it in the centre. And that's where he's going to end up.
Great shot there from Hill. And down goes the black ball, and Hill's within 2 of Appleton. Score here in Blackpool is Appleton 8, Hill 6. It's going to be Mick Hill to break us off. He's trailing by 8 frames to 6. He's made a ball. And
Red
just
ball
look
possible.
at the reds.
And the yellows are there as well. So
Yellow ball's nominated.
he's chosen the yellows. You just like going for the odd finishes, Tony, that's what it is.
And in fairness, both sets are on.
Yellow ball's in play.
The harder, the better.
If you say so, Tony. I always like them over the bags myself.
Well, Hill just going to pump this one along the rail. And why did he hit it at that pace? He could have
Red
just
ball's in play.
stroked that in and brought the cue ball out, really.
Well, you said he was going to pump it.
Yeah, but there's pump and there's smash it as hard as you can. Well, you can see the frustration there, look, stamping around the arena.
The only consolation he can take out of that shot is he's still got a ball over the pocket on the left-hand corner, which is going to tie that red up.
Yeah, but look at the double straight in off the
30 seconds.
top right-hand yellows. He didn't go. He'll go for it now, though. There he is.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Alec. He's got a big pocket here. Even if he hits the cushion just before the corner bag, the red should go in off those yellows.
Do you not think the cue ball's travelled a little bit too far though? He's got to hit it very firm to straighten it out.
It's close. And in it goes. And Appleton now has this frame at his mercy. Just when you thought Appleton was going to be overhauled by Hill, he's managed to bounce back after Mick Hill's mistake. And that is perfect. Play the red in the left-hand centre now. Just bring the cue ball over to the right-hand side. And within a few seconds' time, Appleton's going to be restoring his 3-frame lead, but also moving one nearer to the title. Glided a bit close to that black ball. Black's going in the same pocket as the red. And he's played that shot very well as Appleton. Straightforward black. Down it goes, and Appleton's in front once again. He now leads Mick Hill by 9 frames to 6. Appleton breaking off. Frame is 16 of a possible 21. Appleton's 9-6 in front, 2 away from the world title. He's made a ball. Cue ball was very close to the middle.
Red ball potted.
And this is the time of the match now that the heart's going to be pounding. You see him raise his hand there, and half an apology to Mick that the white didn't go in, but I'm sure he's glad it didn't.
Yeah, and from Mick's point of view, he won't want Darren to get to within 1 frame of the world title. He'll always want to try and keep him 2 frames away, so he's got a little bit of a cushion.
30 seconds.
So it's a big frame for Darren Appleton here. If he goes 4 frames up with 5 to play, can't see there's going to be any coming back from Mick Hill.
Yellow ball's nominated.
Now, is Darren Appleton going to attack these yellows, or do you think he'll play some safety in this frame, Lee?
I think he'll attack his
Yellow ball's
attacks
in
throughout
play.
the tournament. He has dropped the odd safety in at the start of the match when Mick was struggling. But I think that's only because the ball dictated that way. He decided not to take a hard finish on. Whereas if he just opens the 8-ball up, there's no reason why he can't finish these yellow balls in one visit.
Well, he looks like he's going to play the cover.
Red ball's in play.
Well, he's left a big hole there. And Alec, would you have played the safety from there, or would you have gone game?
Well, with the yellows on the top right-hand corner, they're being blocked up by the red. I can't see the out on from there, Tony. And the yellow next to the black there. I mean, you got 3 safe balls. In the end, that's what Mick wants him to do, is have a go and miss, pot some of his balls and try and get an easy snooker. But Mick didn't have a real good reply to that shot there.
Mick Hill looking a bit out of sorts at the moment. That last frame hurt him.
How quickly are things swinging? I mean, it looked like Mick was coming back and he's missed that ball on the top rail, then Darren pots out and all of a sudden Mick's playing a couple of average shots.
Well, he's gone away from
30 seconds.
his seat. He's just gone into the background a little bit, Mick Hill. Just wants to change his scenery. Maybe a change of luck.
They like change the score as well. I'd imagine a 9-6 down.
Well, he's got an opportunity here to cover that top right-hand corner there and get something back in his favour in this frame. Well, maybe not. Maybe he has to play it off the red, but it's still worth playing. You promote one red, kick the one red out and put the other red over the hole.
He's going to try and cover this pocket down.
30 seconds.
Same with his red out now.
Oh, shot.
That was incredible. Played it off the 2 yellows, potted the red, but tied the black ball up.
I think he's in a state of shock.
Yeah, he knows the result after that shot has left him in a little bit of trouble. So he's got to go to plan B now.
What is plan B, Lee Kendall?
I don't know. Absolutely no idea. I think he is trying to attack a little bit here, but I mean, his options to split the 8-ball out and develop the 2 reds in the corner are limited. So I'd probably just chip the red along the rail and try and get the pocket.
Well, he's going to try and flick this one off the rail and off the yellow. Oh, it's a great shot there from Mick Hill. He's still got plenty of work to do if he's going to finish. It's only really on one red, which is the one on the right-hand side of the table.
Yeah, and he's do or die now. He's committed himself to the finish.
He's played that as sweet as you could possibly play it. He's given himself the angle now to get the cue ball down the table. Wants to get right behind the red at the bottom. We still have an option. He could play the black up into the top left-hand corner in his prime position on his last ball. Made the pot. I'll tell you what, he's played that very well indeed, Mick Hill. There you see he can run the cue ball through to the bottom rail. Just bump the cue ball off the bottom rail and then leave the black into the top left-hand corner.
Yeah, it would be a difficult black, but a black he must get.
Well, you just settle for a shot at it at this stage. Who's got to try and move it?
Oh.
What a shot from Hill! And I think most players have just played to take the long black. He's got this now in the centre pocket. And that's a great shot. Mick Hill fires a bomb at Appleton. And all of a sudden it's now Appleton 9, Mick Hill 7 here in Blackpool.
7.
Well, he's got the chance, it's Mick Hill to break off. And again, if he could make a ball and have a good chance of a finish here, he gets a 9-8. We know Chris Mellin tipped Hill in the studio. And he's made the red in the centre. And this time,
ball
the
potted.
balls look a lot more inviting for Hill.
Red ball's in play.
Shouldn't have to bounce anything off other balls this time.
Gee, they look good now, don't they, Tony? All open and just everything just sitting there beautifully.
I mean, Darren's still favourite in this match, but Mick's certainly going to ask a question or two before the match is over.
Well, when does it swing to favouritism, Lee? Because you look at Darren winning the first 5 frames. After that, Mick's actually won more frames than Darren.
Yeah, but when you're only 2 frames away on victory and your opponent's 4 frames away, although you've got one player playing catch-up.
Yeah, well, you look at the pressure swing, Mick's won like 7 of the last 11 after Darren won the first 5. So if you look at frame by frame, he's winning more frames. Mick's turning the pressure right around.
Well, you just looked at Darren Appleton then. Nearly chewing his towel there. He's still 2 frames in front, but it could quickly be just 1.
When it gets so tight, it all comes down to whether you get a ball off the break or an unlucky kiss here and there can determine the end of the match. So just the amount of pressure is building.
Just drifting the cue ball now behind the red. Played it perfectly, and Mick Hill is now looking the stronger of the 2 players. And down goes the black ball, and Hill is to within 1 of Appleton. What a good comeback. Crowd loving every minute of it. Appleton still leads though by 9 frames to 8. Appleton, the smash break, needs a ball. And Hill is coming to the table once again. And just look at Appleton's face.
It looked like he backed off on that break a bit. He didn't look like he gave it everything he had.
He's seen his best friend come right back at him in the last couple of frames with 2 great finishes. And now Appleton's break has deserted him. Hill now just not quite happy. Gets up, gets back down again.
30 seconds.
It's the right thing to do. He's made that
Yellow
pot
ball's
look
in play.
simple.
Look at the yellow. It's all looking pretty good there.
They're all on for Hill. We could see this match go level. It'll be the first time it's been level since 0-0. Hill's always been the one chasing. But it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yeah, he's still just got to be careful with his cue ball control. They're all there for Mick Hill. Just a matter of stopping the cue ball in the right areas.
Well, this yellow goes in the bottom right, but the highest yellow of the three has got to be your next ball. Be straight on that, and then have a little angle with the yellow on the rail, just to bounce out for the yellow back into the same pocket again.
Well, ever since Appleton went 7-2 up, he seemed to be running in quicksand.
But of course, he could put the other yellow into the other corner.
Time out.
It's just a question of what angle he's got on this one, Alex.
Yeah, it looks nice and straight. That's the problem. With the
Samuel.
rest, he's not going to do very much with this at all.
Just be stunning the cue ball then and taking the yellow into the other corner, would have thought.
And I think he'll be reasonably happy with that shot.
He's made the yellow now. All he's got to do is just get the cue up in the air a little bit. Screw the cue ball back. Yellow and black going in the same pocket. There goes the yellow, and this to level the match. Hill has finally caught Appleton up. And in it goes, and this match is now all tied in Blackpool. It's Appleton 9, Hill 9. Hill breaking off. Frame 19. It's now a best of 3 for the world title. And just look how big Hill's break was then. He put everything into that.
Red and yellow ball spotted.
Made a couple of balls. And just look at the lunge into the pack.
Yellow ball's in play.
I think the difference, Tony, is like you say, the pressure's relieved a little bit on Mick, and he's thrown his arm at this final now, and he's getting the power in the break, and the adrenaline's rushing, and he believes he can win this match now.
Great shot from Hill, and Hill is now playing sublime stuff out there.
But isn't it amazing how the balls change in a match? The first part of the match, Mick couldn't make a ball off the break, the balls weren't running. Second half of the match, it's reversed. Darren can't get a ball off the break. And Mick's balls are coming out when he breaks.
Well, the tide has certainly turned. And it's turned in favour of Hill. Everything is going right for him now. I don't suspect Appleton can quite believe the comeback that Hill's produced.
That's a good shot. Getting rid of his toughest yellow there.
Just look at the concentration on Hill's face. He knows now that he can win this title. The nerve ends fraying now. There is no greater pressure than what is on these
30
players
seconds.
right now. Well, it's a super pot, but the cue ball is a little close to that yellow. He has a choice. He could go up to the top. Pot the yellow over the top corner there, but it's awkward cueing. I wouldn't like this shot.
Just going to dig deep into the white here.
Well, it's very, very nervy shot this, because when the cue ball's so closely.
He's played it well, though. He had to be careful he didn't double hit the cue ball there and give a foul away. And like you say, he is going to be nervous knocking these balls in, so it could have been like a little jab and not hit a cushion and given a foul away that way also. But he's looking in a good position here to take the yellow on the top right and just leave an angle on the middle pocket to run down for the 8 on the side.
Well, he's landed dead straight on that yellow in the centre.
Well, he'll be annoyed with himself that he hasn't left himself a good angle there. So I think he's going to have to take the black into the corner instead of coming down from the middle.
I don't think it's on in the right corner. He has to come into the bottom left. He's done it beautifully.
Great position there from Hill. This black to get to within one frame of the world title and to get in front of this match for the very first time. He's got it. Mick Hill is now 10-9 in front against Appleton. One away from the world title.
And look at his face.
10 frames to 9.
Frame 20 of a possible 21. Appleton needs a ball here. He can't afford another mistake. And he's gone in off the break, and this is unbelievable.
Foul. 1 visit.
How this match is swung.
Time running.
It's a two-shot foul, I think. What is it a ball with his cue?
Sorry, Darren. Thank you, Darren.
Oh dear.
Foul, 2 visits.
What a spot. You've got to applaud Darren Appleton. He must be absolutely gutted. He's called the foul on himself, and well, what a man. The most heartbreaking way. Let's have a look at this again.
There it
Oh,
is.
he's caught the yellow ball as it's come at the table.
Foul.
Very unfortunate, but
what a time to do it.
Second.
So for Mick, all of a sudden he's been behind chasing, he's took the lead, and now he's got 2 visits for a chance of being world champion.
Mick Hill's heart must be pounding. 100 mile an hour.
Yellow ball's in play.
The ball's there for Hill to win the world title. All his hopes, all his dreams, ever since he started playing this game, he must have thought about this moment and replayed it in his head for years, and now all of a sudden it's actually there before him. Still has the extra visit.
And he's got an awkward yellow on the left-hand side, stuck to a red ball. So it's a question if that'll be potable on the corner.
I think he's just going to roll this yellow in, Lee, and have an angle on that to break that red out, that red and yellow out.
Yeah, you're right, Alec. He's got the angle now.
And if he just flicks a red, it's all over.
He's wasted little time now, Hill, and out comes the yellow.
Still a bit of work to be done, because that black's not easy either, Tony.
I think he's going to drop the one in the left-hand middle, drop the cue ball onto the rail, and maybe play the one that's just on the angle of the middle pocket, down into the bottom corner.
Yeah, he's just going to work out how he wants a cue ball for the 8 ball. I mean, he's got 2 or 3 different ways he could take the yellows out, or he's just going to work out a way to use his 2 shots on the 8 ball.
He's happy with the yellow in the middle, Tony.
He still has 2 visits.
So just be trying to leave a nice angle here, Tony, so he can waste a shot. Won't take any rest of the yellow.
His stomach must be churning. Just look at the shaking now in his hand. Well, he's going to have to use one of his visits now on this black. And Lee Kendall.
This is not easy.
I think he's going to hit it straight into the red on the bottom rail and try and use the red as a buffer to set it up. He's gone for the cut. It's stayed over the bag, but where's the cue ball? This for the world title for Hill. And it's gone. Mick Hill is the world champion. The 888.com world champion. And look at the emotion there as the 2 best friends hug each other. What a comeback from Hill, but you've got to feel sorry for Appleton. Played brilliant pool. And unbelievably, the dream is there for Mick Hill. He's won by 11 frames to 9. The crowd are appreciating it. But what a performance.
Darren, I'm going to keep this very brief, old buddy, because I know what you must be feeling. Everybody here knows what you must be feeling. So near and yet so far. But if it's got to happen to you in a world final, it's better it happens with you and your best pal, yes?
He's just the greatest player to ever walk earth. Because from 7-3 up, if I've been playing any other player in the world, there's no way that I would have lost that match the way I was playing. And that's why he's been the best player in the world for the last 5 years. And there'll never ever be another player like him.
Well, that's a wonderful accolade. You know, Darren, the unbelievable part about this final is that both of you players, you come to this tournament as the number 1 and the number 2 in the world. You've never ever been to a televised stage of a world final before. What do you put that down to?
I just think we both tried a bit too hard in the past. A lot of expectations, but this year, like, we've not practiced as much. And I said to Mick 2 weeks ago that I think it's going to be me and him in the final.
Well, Darren, you've lost nothing in defeat. Give him a hand, folks. Darren Appleton, thank you. Come here. Machine Gun Mick Hill, world champion. How do you feel, son?
Well, it's brilliant, but it seems so strange because I do actually feel gutted as well. And that's the truth. I mean, I think I was 7-2 down, and I thought to myself, well, just enjoy it because if Daz beats you, you're going to be happy anyway, you know, for him. Obviously, deep down, I obviously wanted to win as much as anything, but, you know, to be fair, he's probably, I wouldn't say played the better stuff, but it's all turned on him, and that's Paul. I mean, you know, what goes around comes around, I suppose, but he's 7-3 up and he's 8-5, 9-6. And then from there, every time I broke, to be fair, they went over the bag. I mean, there isn't such thing as rollings under pressure, but, you know, they come out nice. And then Darren was breaking and then they were coming out nice, but he weren't getting one. And to be fair, at 10-9, that just shows what a great sportsman that he is, that, you know, Sean's declared 1 visi. And Daz has gone, no, it was 2 shots. So every credit to him.
Well, you know, Mick, you were talking about the 7-3 at the interval, but you were just really a couple of shots away from being 5-all. You didn't have any run early on in the match, and then the latter part of the match, it went the other way. You got a bit of run.
It just felt really strange because I was 7-3 down, and a few of the pals have come over from Morley. I'll give them a mention. And I've gone out and having a chat with them myself. I'm 7-3 down, but I don't feel as though I've been in a world final. I'm just basically going to give it a good crack. You know, and if I get to sort of 7 or 8, then start thinking about it then.
I've got to tell you, you got to 11 and you won it. Ladies and gentlemen, yes.
Can I just make a few thank yous, please? My dad's come to watch me tonight. It's the first time he's ever come to watch me. And also to Steve for coming up as well, all the lads from Morley. And one big thank you is to Paulie, because when I was a young lad, when I was 16, as Darren said, he said, I'll sponsor you and I'll believe in you. And I owe him so much, and thanks a lot, Paul.
Brilliant stuff. A great champion. Mick Hill. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the presentation party, if you will, consisting of the brilliant Paul Hunter from the world of snooker and our tournament director, George Harwood. And first, ladies and gentlemen, to the runner-up, it's a cheque for £3,000. Our congratulations for a wonderful world tournament goes to Darren Appleton. Now to the winner, it's a cheque for £10,000, the trophy, and the title of this year's 888.com World Pool Champion goes to Mick Hill. Mick Hill, ladies and gentlemen, a great new world champion.
A very popular winner, a great performance from Mick Hill, becoming the world champion of 2004. The 2003 world champion sat next to me, Chris Manning. Final thoughts, Chris?
What can you say? You've got a feel for Darren. I mean, he was in the match, virtually was world champion. You can't really say how he must feel. I mean, he must be absolutely gutted, but his day will come. He will win it.
Absolutely. It's been an absolutely superb tournament. There is going to be a lot of celebrating here tonight at the Hilton Hotel. But Mick Hill is the 888.com world champion of 2004. From all of us here in Blackpool, goodbye.